Greetings, lecturers, and greetings, everyone. I would like to introduce our report writing, which we have come up with a name, G Slide Learning. This group consists of five members, Janet, Danot, Suran, Moili, and me, Chetane. But our presenter will be only three, that is me, Janet, and Danot. So first of all, we would like to express our great respect and gratitude to the Department of English, the Institute of Foreign Languages, which is a study center that allow us to absorb beneficial knowledge. Furthermore, we are grateful to our lecturer, Pang Saman, our genius and intellectual lecturers from the IFL, who spent his precious time teaching us, guiding us all along the way in the report writing from the beginning of the semester until now. Moreover, we are thankful to our audience for spending their valuable times joining our workshop and having to understand more about the topic that we have raised during the workshop. Lastly, I would like to appreciate to all my team members who participated in making this project successful, and the team spirit and hard work and the commitment that each of us have given in order to become successful. So without further ado, I would like to move on to our report presentation. So here is our content. There will be 7 content which will be presented by different members. So I will be taking responsibility on the first and the second, which is introduction, project goals, and objective. Danut will be taking the third and fourth point, and Yanut will be responsible for the rest of the presentation. So let's move on to the next slide, the introduction. So the first one is the problem statement, where we come up with a problem statement about the COVID-19 pandemic, which is a global issue that affect the world, including Cambodia. So every educational institution must now use blended learning to maintain their cleanliness and meet the COVID-19 health requirement that was announced by the Ministry of Health. So we have to adapt to changes from physical class into online classes, and this also has a side effects to what most students, like students living in remote areas, and the teachers who are struggling with virtual education due to a lack of digital competencies and inadequate online devices and training, as well as lack of understanding of how to use those online apps or communication tools such as Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and moreover, the digital literacy of skills um, was challenging for the instructor and students also. So by seeing this problem, our team of senior students of the Department of English, which is a part of IFL, wanted to introduce and help those who have difficulties in using um, online application to do their assignment and other tasks online by aiming to introduce them to a beneficial online tools, which is Google Slide, which they can create and work and record on just like a PowerPoint slide, but this is an online one, so they can work it together without having to see anyone, without having to see each other face to face anymore. Digital learning has been accelerating during COVID-19 in Cambodia, and this is a major priority areas for educational development. However, some students do not really quite know about digital gadgets or how to use those things. Therefore, we aim to conduct workshops to present about the advantages of using Google Slide and introducing the techniques of this platform usage. The second thing is project goal and objectives. So here are our goals and objectives. So we have only one goal is to ensure that the participant knows how to use Google Slide well in a effective and efficient way. And our objective is the to show the important points, basic information, and some tips and tricks for uh, for for the participant to use Google Slide. And the second objective is to demonstrate on how to use it effectively and obtain the most of it, such as you have various of design that is all around the website you can download it from and make it more creative as you like, and yeah, be creative with it. So this is the end of my part. I would like to invite my next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Chetane. Moving on to the third point is about the project description. And in the project description, we have the project areas which we focusing on the two main things. The first one is to inform and share the information of what is Google Slide and some of the benefits of using Google Slides. And the second one is to demonstrate on how to use the Google Slide in the effective way. In and moreover, in this process, we the organizers as the presenters to the whole projects. And also in our workshop, we conducted through Zoom, and our workshop we started from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And in our events, we can see that the participants are from like different universities in Phnom Penh. Like there are 16 people who come from IFL, and two people come from RUL, and another two come from ITC universities, and the last four participants are from NIM. And here is the percentage of the genders who have joined our workshop. We can see that there are 58% of female who join our workshop, and for 34% are male, and the race are the one who prefer not to say about their gender. Okay, and in the second point is the target groups. So in our workshop, our target audience are the students who studies in the universities. And as the actual workshop, we have like gathered 24 students or 24 participants from different universities in Phnom Penh to who have joined our workshop. And moving on to the third point is about our timeline. And in order to conduct this project, we have spent around 6 months to complete it. And for the first 3 months, our groups has setting up and come up with the topic which needed to finalize the project matter. So in that process, we also come up with the interesting idea to make our project to work. And for another 3 months, we have spent on organizing by preparing for the platform and decided the target audience that could be invited before started implementing. And for our project activities, we have set up the projects to determine our team structures and clarify the roles and responsibilities to each members. The second one, we have defined the project scope and deliverables and resources. The third one, we have defined the goal and objective of our whole project. The first one, we have like identify the project sponsors, target audiences, and prepare for the workshop. And the last one, we have conduct a project in evaluation plan, prepare for the risk management plan, and write a budget plan in order to prevent the risk and also to make improvement in our whole project. And for our project implementation, we have classified into three phases. The first one is the free workshop, which we have finalized and reviewed the proposal. The second one, we have designed the proposal poster. The third one, we sent out the invitation letters to friends and colleagues who study in the universities. And for the second phase is the workshop. So we are working on the public recognition online and offline. The second one, our workshop materials, we have prepared the virtual preparation. And the last one, we also prepare the platform to conducting our workshop, which we use Zoom platform. And for the third page is the post-workshop, which we follow our evaluation plan. And the second one, we post the survey questionnaire results. The third one, we have like review the budget plan. And the last one, we write a project report. And in our project budget, our groups have expected the total budget was 35 US dollars, which we personally contribute in like which our teams are personally distribute. And however, because of the COVID-19, we have changed our plans from physical workshop to the virtual workshop, which we use the online platform to conduct. So with this, we have spent zero or now dollars to in implement and conduct this workshop. And moving on to the first point is the evaluation. And for the evaluation, our there are two main category criteria that we are measuring on. The first one is we measure on the numbers of the participants who understand the Google slide after joining our workshop. The second one is to evaluate the outcomes, whether it is met with our expectation or not. And in this evaluation, there are three main materials that we are focusing on. The first one is the survey form. So in the survey form, we have the questionnaire for the participants to answer in order to know about the part that they are interested and the part that really they don't really interested on. And for the second one, we have do the demonstration in order to make it easy for participants to practice, and also it can guide them some tips and some functions that will be needed in the Google slide. And for the third point, we have the Q&A session, which we allow the participants to engage with us in asking the question, and also want to know about their enthusiastic in joining our workshop. And this is all of my part. Let's move on to Janet part.
So moving on to the next point, which is about project result. So this point, I will elaborate more about our result after we have done our online project. Yes, online workshop. So these are our result. Firstly, is about participant. So we have reached 23 participants so far in our workshop, and this number is were acceptable, and we observed the participant were very enthusiastic with our workshop, and they paid attention when we were presenting our project theme. And during our speech, they also like ask question and follow us, and even like they interact with us when we demonstrating our workshop topic, which is Google Slide. And social media. The result from social media is quite successful since it's contribute a big part of our workshop, which we share our event dates and information by posting them through uh, Facebook messengers and any other platform to invite our participants. And number three is about achievement. So overall, our project was meet with our goal setting, and we have also received a good feedback from participant and a motivation from our teacher who have monitored us along our project implementation. So this the bullet point below are the successful thing that we have achieved so far. So firstly is that our participant are more moderately over the target, and we also receive a constructive feedback from them. We have a good relationship and engagement with our participant during our workshop, and we also noticed that participant was curious about our topic, and we also share good topic with the audience, which can be considered as a good lesson for them to learn and give them more benefit for them in the future. And also we have learned more about the project and how to deal and have well management in our whole group. And the next result is about our challenge during the workshop. So beside achievement, we also made some challenge like preparing the whole event, including pre-event, post-event, and we also struggle in inviting and try to engage with the participant, and some participant join late, and like some difficulty of conducting online workshop, which it's very difficult to interact with them when it's just held virtually. And also we struggle to finding idea how to design an interesting slide, and try to design a survey form and question to make sure that we receive constructive feedback, and it is usable for us uh, to use in our report writing. And a lesson learned. So yes, we besides challenge, we also learn so many things. Like we learn to be patient and creative. We learn to deal with some complex idea, and we learn how to set up plan and agendas and how to manage times. Next is about recommendation. Like I have mentioned earlier that we have faced challenges, and we faced some lessons. These are the recommendation that we would like to give to the next generation who will be doing another report writing regarding on the similar topic, or many maybe any other topic. But I think this is going to be useful. So firstly is that they have to bear in mind, they have to set a clear goal and objective. They have to seek clarification and suggestion when they are not sure about something. They have to ensure that everyone in their group is on the same page, and we suggest them to check the process of their project regularly, and uh, and we would like to suggest them to give enough time to find the sponsor if they want, and to find the guest speaker. And uh, next is finalize the content of their report writing. and also rehearse as much as they can before they actually implement their project, and setting the clear purpose whenever they have a team meeting. And lastly is that ensuring to have a great relationship within their team. And last but not least is be enthusiastic and motivated to do their project. Moving to the next part, which is about risk management. So in this part, we divided into four category, which is risk identification, risk analysis, risk response, and risk monitoring. So risk identifications, we have found four important points that we define as our risk. The first one is technical. So we meet two technical problems, which were slide error and internet connections. And the next point is time. So we delay our starting time, and we also finish quite late. Like it didn't go as we had planned in our agenda. And next is our survey form. So we send the editable one to our participant. And yes, and the second error was that the form was not fully filled by everyone. And the last one is agenda. So our agenda have been changed many times. Like we remove guest speaker, and we also eliminate the breakout room session that we plan we had, and move to the risk analysis. So according to the table shown in the slide, it is show the impact and probability of the risk that might happen in every workshop. So according to this, we can see that our workshop was not very much affected by the rest up risk, and the risk that we should be taken into consideration in this table is technical problem, which is so that the probability of happening is medium, which is quite considerable, and the impact is high. And other than that, the survey form, time management, and agenda preparation are also in the medium degree, showing that it is also possible to happen in every workshop. Therefore, the next report writer should take the precaution about this point. So last point is about risk response. So according to what we have met with the risk, we also have some response uh, to uh, to respond to the risk that we have identified. So firstly is a technical error during online presentation. So we should have rehearsed as much as we can before we start our virtual workshop. And starting time was delayed because of the lack of number participate. So we should have started our Zoom at least 1 hour early to check in with the participant and contact those who didn't show up. And we send the wrong form to the participant. In this point, that we have better test the form and store it to to a specific location that we can easily find without confusing with other form. And next is some participant left early. So if only we made our participant interact more with our presentation, they wouldn't have left early. And our waveform was not filled by all the participants. So at this point, we should have informed all the participants beforehand that we had something for them to fill after the workshop closed. And next is agenda was changed so many times. So if only we give more time to finalize our agenda, there would not have been a lot of changes. And next is the guest speaker was not chosen. So yes, we had better choose our lecturer or make an appointment with him or her before the event come close. And lastly is that we didn't have enough fun activity for our participant. So at this point, we should have add some fun activities such as Kahoot or Q&A or Lucky Draw to enter our participant attention. So in conclusion, our online workshop under the topic of Google Slide have been successfully implemented despite all the challenge and or lesson learned. We still managed to the level that we can consider a success since we receive quite a good number of participants and we also receive a quite a great constructive feedback from them. As we have seen some university students are seeking new creativity for their study on how to design an attractive slide to make it more convenient, we think that this is the right tool for them and the right thing that we have come up to deliver for them. Moreover, we have also got like like useful feedback from the participant, which motivate us to continue our plan and to develop some loopholes. We as the organizer appreciate this achievement and would like to express our gratitude to our lecturers that have always mentored us and thank to all participants that have spent their precious time joining us. Last but not least, we hope with this workshop, our participants will understand more and rely about the advantage that we try to deliver to them and can use them effective for their future study. So that is all of our presentation regarding on our report writing. Thank you, lecturers and everyone.